Okay, so today we're going to be talking about No One Knows, song by Queens of the Stone Age. And it's a fairly simple song. It's in the key of C, and they normally put it into a different tuning. But today, this song is going to be totally in standard tuning, so we're going to learn it at a different spot around the neck. But keep in mind, all these shapes do stay the same, so if you do want to put it into the actual tuning that they use on the song, you got to detune your guitar, and then the shapes would just move up the neck, I think to like the 7th or 8th fret. So here we go. The first chord in the intro starts off in a C minor, just standard triad. It's kind of like a power chord shape, and then you add your second finger in. And then you give 4 of those. It's on the first and the third beat of each bar. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. The next part goes into a hook, or like the kind of intro riff, right? And it goes 3 on the 5th string. And that part, you're basically using the same C power chord shape, but using your pinky on the 6th fret. Then 4th fret with your second finger. And then pinky again to grab the power chord. And they tell you to skip the 3rd string. That in it of itself kind of happens by you muting it with your first finger. I don't even really think about it. And if you do kind of get some background noise from that string, it doesn't really matter because it kind of sounds cool. Now, to turn that lick around, normally when they play in the standard tuning or in the non-standard tuning, they play the open string, but because we're not in like a drop C tuning, you can't do that. So you actually have to grab that note on the 6th fret of the 6th string. So that's what you want to do. When you get to that chord, it's the same shape as your C minor power chord, or C minor chord, right? But instead of playing it on the 5th string, you want to play it on the 6th string, and that's going to turn into a G major chord, because the minor shape of that chord on the 5th string, if you play it on the 6th string, it turns into a major chord, and that's just a 1-5 progression. Really standard stuff there. So you play it 4 times through, hit the G7 chord. After that, it goes into the part where the lyrics start, right? And that is a simple kind of C minor, G to B chord riff, and it's 8 bars of C minor, and then 2 bars of G, and then 2 bars of B. The only thing is that you actually kind of have to gypsy jazz, kind of give it the pump. And basically how to do that is you hold the whole chord down, right? And you play your 5th string, your 3rd fret on the 5th string, your root, right? C. And then you play the rest of the chord. And the way that to kind of get this rhythm up fast would be, but you don't have to be that clean about it when you're playing it fast. So like you can kind of, I like to think of it like I'm playing these 3 strings and then these 3 strings, because if I miss 1 or 2 of them, you're gonna get the low note anyway. But the only thing is you want to make sure that you're getting the top voicings out these like first or second and third string, you want to make sure that you're getting those out on the second hit. So it's like bum ba bum ba bum ba, right? Low high low high low high. So the entire riff of when the lyrics start goes. So basically, you play 8 bars of C with the pump, 2 bars of G with the pump, and then 2 bars of B with the pump, and then play the intro riff again, the opening, and then you have to hit that G, and basically to get those 3 chords. To get those 3 chords for the part with the lyrics, you want to play a C minor chord, right? That's your standard C minor that we've been playing and basing every riff off of. Then your G chord looks just like your C minor chord, except the root is on the 6th string instead of the 5th string, right? Still on the 3rd fret. And then your B chord, you just move that shape up to the 7th fret. And that's the only chords that you need for that section. Now, the actual like solo section, the crazy like cool thing that they do, where it's like right, that part actually comes from you playing octaves, and you would start from the 3rd fret and the 5th fret. 3rd fret on the 5th string, and then 5th fret on the 3rd string. You have to skip a string, and that gets you your octave. And then you go from the 3rd fret. I use my 3rd fret as the main root that I'm kind of focusing on, and I just kind of keep this shape up, right? So if I'm keeping this shape up, I'm going to slide it from 3 to 5-7, 6-8, 5-7, 8-10, 6-8, 10-12, and then 8-10. And then you go into your G chord again. Right? And play that for that's it. And it's all basically swung 8th notes. So it's like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then back into the solo. So that's the main riff, right? But it changes. You have to play that twice, and so a little bit faster it goes, right? And then you play. And then the second part of the actual like soloing octave thing changes a little bit. It goes which is 6-8. So you're starting on the flat 3rd. 6-8, 5-7, 3-5, 2-4. That's the different one. Back to 3-5, 5-7 again. 6-8 again, and then you land on 5-7. So the whole thing. And then back to the G again. And then the last 4 bars of the solo section, you play the same riff of the beginning, the one that starts on 3-5. So altogether, you have the main octave riff, right? Like the first one, played twice, and then the riff that starts on the flat third, or 6 and 8, right? And then it goes back to the original riff one more time. So the whole thing altogether of that section would sound like. Then you would land on that C minor chord. Anyways, I hope that that kind of clears things up for you guys on a part of No One Knows. It's a pretty simple song, but the riffs are really cool, and they're all built off of minor chords and major chords. And if you have any questions about the first half of this song, the next video will cover the second half. So I'll get to any questions or comments or concerns or bad writing on my end. So thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all later.